the BG Podcast Network studios, brought to you by Chattahoochee Tech, this is your Paulding County News Podcast, bringing our stories to life with news, events, and what we're talking about in Paulding County. Like, follow, and subscribe to hear the latest news from the Paulding County News Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And here's what you're talking about.
Welcome to your Paulding County News Podcast. I'm Melissa Carter, along with Doug Harding. A prison officer finds herself in prison. We'll tell you why. Plus, Paulding parents sound off about a local elementary school. What's your take? We're going to find out, but first, let's take a look at our top stories. The White House announced last week the cancellation of student debt for over 78,000 public service workers, totaling nearly $6 billion. This initiative, part of the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, targets workers such as teachers, nurses, and firefighters. The administration also revealed plans to notify around 380,000 more borrowers of their eligibility for debt cancellation within the next 2 years under this same program. This from WSB.
5 University of North Georgia students, including one from Paulding County, are celebrating a win at the innovateUNG Pitch Challenge for their business model Smart Snack Solutions. The team, including Sam Farrell from Dallas, clinched the victory with their idea to deliver healthy snacks at affordable prices for college students. Inspired by their experiences as student athletes, the team aims to offer single order or subscription boxes of snacks accompanied by nutritional information. Their win earned them a $2,000 cash prize to further develop their innovation. This from the University of North Georgia.
Could you imagine being in college and being able to get one of these snack boxes? I mean, I was starved.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
so malnourished as a college student. That's such a great idea. Well, STEM students at East Paulding High School are turning to an unexpected ally in the fight against pollution: mushrooms. Led by agriculture teacher Nathan Chapman, a team of students has spent 3 months exploring how mushroom spores can break down plastic, potentially reducing the need for landfills. Their project, titled Fungi, a Solution to Pollution, I like that little rhyme, has garnered attention, earning them the state championship in Samsung's Solve for Tomorrow STEM competition and a $12,000 prize. And now they're vying for the national title and a $100,000 reward. This from WSB. Amazing if mushrooms are what feeds off plastic so that we don't have to worry about it anymore.
We're going to find something, or not we, but some scientist in this brilliant country is going to find out how to do that. Checking your weather, partly sunny today, high in Dallas and Hiram of 67, low in the mid-40s. Partly sunny tomorrow, high in Dallas and Hiram of 62, lows in the 50s. And the rain returns Wednesday. We'll have highs in the mid-60s.
Rainy spring, but that's all right. It's all right. Washing away the pollen, right?
98.7 Chat Tech, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
So for each of our programs at Chattahoochee Tech, we have an industry advisory committee. Those are people in each given industry that will employ our graduates when they get finished with our program.
We have students that are placed at manufacturing companies such as, let's say Glock, for example, the gun manufacturer, because they have machinery that's running 24/7 to create the guns. So all the way from that to healthcare, where like hospitals, for example, they're running 24/7 and they have machinery that needs to be running 24/7 as well.
My program is specifically for students who want to be in healthcare, but maybe don't want patient contact. Maybe they want to be in healthcare, in a healthcare field that's recession-proof and they're helping people, but maybe they don't want blood, body fluids, any of those elements in their life. So they may choose healthcare management to be on the opposite side of the patient care.
Visit chattahoocheetech.edu, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
We're back with more of your Paulding County News Podcast.
Well, from WSB's Facebook page, a Georgia prison officer is facing charges after allegedly smuggling prohibited items to inmates. 26-year-old officer Catlin Harwell was arrested earlier this month. Authorities allege that between January and March, Harwell entered the prison with a cell phone and Newport cigarettes, which she sold to inmates. She faces multiple charges, including possession of prohibited items and trading with inmates with the warden's consent. Harwell posted bond and was released. Now, Jason and Cara Burson said it happens all the time. Patricia Stowe says, sounds like employees need to be patted down before entering work. Evan Roberts says, not saying it's okay, but if you made as much as them, you would do it so that you can pay bills. And Nelson Renard kind of agreed, said money talks.
Somebody that knows a lot about prison, I've never been there before, but that is the number one way that inmates get stuff through prison is through the guards because they manipulate them. The inmates do very well, obviously.
I think, too, there's something to the argument that if you're not making a lot of money and then you can go in this place and you can make a lot of money by doing this, it would take a lot of discipline not to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, from what's happening in Paulding Facebook page, Brittany Nicole asked, hey, parents of kids who attend Burnt Hickory Elementary, I'm curious of the good, the bad, and the ugly about this school. Thanks in advance. Now, usually to social media, people have terrible things to say about everything, right?
Sure.
Doesn't seem that that's the case with Burnt Hickory Elementary. Ali Ahart said, our autistic daughter had a ton of problems getting her IEP followed correctly to the point that we had to pull her out of school. Seems good for neurotypical students, though. Own It Sports said, we like Burnt Hickory. The traffic, though, awful. Debbie Wheelis said, absolutely love this school! ! They've had one child graduate from there, 2 currently there. Do not have anything negative to say. When have you ever seen that on social media? I'm always raving about all the fun they do and how wonderful all staff from the top and bottom are. Check out the PTA page and school page. Our kiddos have always loved their time there. It's not just us. Tanya Garter says literally nothing bad to say. The 2 comments like that on social media. Unheard of. Administration and staff are awesome. Traffic can be bad if you don't live in the Cedar Crest side. Still not that bad. Alicia Gable Barnett said absolutely wonderful school. So there you go. Now, if you want to sound off on any school, of course, sounding off doesn't always have to be negative, it seems. Give us a call, 404-997-8655, and tell us. Again, 404-997-8655.
You know what would make that school even better? Is have a car wash there, too.
Because there's not enough car washes in Paulding County. All right, your weird story of the day comes from the United States. I have done a lot of international stories. This is from Texas. Wycliffe Florizard of George, Texas, is facing serious charges after attempting to sneak onto a Delta Airlines flight from Salt Lake City to Austin. Now, this is not a scary story because it's all about his plan. And his plan was snapping a photo of another passenger's boarding pass, but it was foiled because the flight had reached capacity, so it was sold out, and it left him without a seat. Authorities discovered his attempt when he claimed the seat already was occupied by a legitimate passenger. So they checked that passenger. She was okay. He's like, So now he faces felony charges for being a stowaway on an aircraft. This from the Associated Press. It makes me wonder, too, most flights are overbooked now.
Uh-huh.
Because they're trying to save money, right? So used to, back when we were much younger, you'd have empty seats on planes all the time. So now, I never thought of it, but I bet it's very hard to sneak on a plane because everyone I'm on, they usually are asking somebody, please, take a pass to get on a later flight, right?
I can't remember the last time I flew where the flight wasn't packed.
Right. So, sorry, Wycliffe. Bad idea.
What's happening in Paulding County? We've got you covered.
Here's what's going on event-wise today, beginning at 12:30, Easter egg hunt at New Canaan Baptist Church in Dallas. Also, 2 o'clock this afternoon, learn to operate a backhoe at Farm at Little Fox Hollow in Dallas.
That sounds fun. If you were a kid, I'm telling you. Even as an adult, but I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so neat.
So that's 2 o'clock this afternoon, people. All right, April 6th, beginning at 10 a.m., the grand reopening of the Dallas markets. Woohoo! And April 20th from 10 a.m. till noon, the 21st annual Touch a Truck at Veterans Park in Dallas. That sounds like another fun event, too. As long as you're just leaving that to trucks, nothing else.
I was going to say, and my name is Truck. No, it's so kids can see trucks and cool trucks, and they allow you to, touch and play with the trucks.
Hold on.
So.
You say for kids. Come on.
I know. Isn't that right? Here, Doug, you make a fantastic point, and this is just Melissa's personal feeling, but why do we leave cool things for kids? Kids should have these cool things. But yes, as an adult, I want to touch a truck. I want to see a backhoe. I want to have fun things happen. I don't know why as adults we're supposed to be boring.
Yeah, I want to ride in a fire truck still.
Yes.
I want to learn how to use a backhoe.
I know, right? Can I take a tour of something that's really cool as an adult and you don't look at me funny?
Life's a constant hustle, and at Credit Union of Georgia, our focus is crystal clear. It's all about you. Juggling a million things? We get it. That's why we're committed to providing the best service imaginable. We're not just your credit union, we're your financial allies. Knowledge is our power, from crafting basic budget plans to navigating the local home buying scene. Questions popping up? We've got you covered with fast, friendly answers. Because we want you to spend more time living your life. Imagine a financial institution that truly cares. That's Credit Union of Georgia inviting you to join us. If you live, work in Bartow, Cherokee, Cobb, Dawson, Paulding, Pickens, or Union County, we want you as a member of Credit Union of Georgia family. Because here, you're not just a member, you're part of a community that cares. Ready to experience banking that revolves around you? Call us at 678-486-1111 or visit cuofga.org. Credit Union of Georgia. Your financial journey, our priority.
We're back with more of your Paulding County News Podcast.
In other news, Jackson County deputies are issuing a warning to the public about counterfeit money, so-called money, circulating in the community, which is actually prop money used on film sets. So it was a matter of time. We have so many films here in Georgia that now they're taking the fake money from these films and trying to circulate them. The bills are labeled for motion picture use only, but they closely resemble real currency, making them easy to mistake. While possessing prop money is not illegal, obviously using it as payment for things is. The fake bills found in various denominations, including $10, $20, and $100 bills, are prompting authorities to urge anyone who receives them to report it to law enforcement. So it's prevalent in Jackson County. Let's see how far it goes. This from WSB.
I will continue the story. I live in Smyrna, and I was walking down Atlanta Road, and I looked down, and I saw a $100 bill on the ground. I was like, wow, this is great. I picked it up, and I was like, well, this feels kind of funny. And then I put it in my pocket, brought it home, and it was a counterfeit one that says prop money on it.
Are you
so
serious?
bummed. Yeah.
And that's in Cobb County. Wow. So this money's going to be everywhere. Got to take a look at it. People are taking the money and trying to pay for things. That's hilarious.
Here's your sports report brought to you by New Season Church from the Paulding Sports Chronicle and Georgia State University. In baseball, it was Mount Zion over Hiram 22-5. Alexander beat Paulding County 15-2. It was Noonan over East Paulding 5-4, and Mills Creek beat North Paulding 10-9. And Georgia State pitcher Bailey Coleman, a native of Hiram, was named the Center Park Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week. Way to go, Bailey.
Sorry, Hiram and Paulding County. Those scores hurt. And finally, skywatchers will be treated to a penumbral lunar eclipse on Monday. All right. So there's your college word for the day, penumbral. It's a subtle event where the moon passes through the faint outer part of the Earth's shadow. Though less dramatic than a total or partial eclipse, keen observers may notice a slight dimming of the moon's light. The penumbral eclipse serves as a precursor to the total eclipse that we've all been talking about for April 8th. Lunar eclipses occur more frequently than solar eclipses, happening several times a year, of course. So if you're, a space geek, a sky geek, the upcoming lunar eclipse is going to occur on Monday morning. And we're talking overnight, right? So overnight tonight into Monday morning, 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. is when this lunar eclipse will take place. This from 11 to Live. Now you're smarter for knowing it.
That is a great word, too. I'm going to use that word later in a conversation, but I'm an overall kind of nerd, but no particular genre of nerd I am, but this is exciting.
I think it's kind of cool. If you're up, yeah. Don't be so penumbral, Doug. I don't know if it works as an insult, but it's your new word of the day.
I'm offended.
And we will have final thoughts after this.
Whether you're new to church, have been a Christian for many years, or looking for a fresh start, you're welcome at New Season Church. New Season is a place where people can believe in God, belong to a family of believers, and become fully devoted followers. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. Join us for one of our 2 Sunday services, 9 or 11 a.m.
Hi, this is Pastor Steve Flockhart. Whether you're new to the Paulding community or have been here since the day you were born, New Season Church is a place where all are welcome. From our exciting children and student ministries to our engaging Bible studies and small groups and events, I promise New Season Church has a place for you.
New Season Church, just off Highway 278 at 4457 Atlanta Highway in Hiram. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. New Season looks forward to seeing your entire family this Sunday, and feel free to check us out online at newseason.cc. We believe what comes into our minds when we think about God is the most important thing about us. We look forward to seeing you Sunday at 9 or 11 a.m. at New Season Church in Hiram. Thanks for listening to today's Paulding County News Podcast. Follow and subscribe to hear the latest news from the Paulding County News Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. For you, about you, and from you. Get involved in the conversation at 404-997-8655 or info@bgadgroup.com. Did you know over 50% of Americans listen to podcasts weekly? Make sure you join us for our next episode, and be sure to share this podcast on social media with your friends and family. Add us to your Alexa Flash Briefing or your Google Home Briefing, and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio on this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on the site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Paulding County News Podcast.